The following program is intended for mature audiences.
It's the music, movies, and shows you love.
As if we care.
And hate.
You ain't gonna like it none.
And love to hate.
I didn't expect that at all.
This is The Broken Remote.
And coming to you live on tape on this Tuesday, May 28th, 2026, as the complete audio dropped. Again, Will, it was so much easier back in the day with just our audio. And here I went, I got a nice little stream deck here. I thought the last time we did this, I kicked all the errors and kinks to the curb. Kicked all the errors to the curb? That's not it either. That's a disaster. But whatever.
We got to put all
happens.
this bandwidth towards our ugly mugs now, dude. That's the issue. That's the issue. They heard our melodious voices.
Just some music to play us into the show. But screw it. Here we are. Let me know this, Will. Have you got your reservation for your $250 bill?
No,
the
not
commemorative
yet.
one?
The commemorative.
With Donald J. Trump on it?
We had a meeting about that and the Trump account.
Did you really?
Yeah, we had a meeting about that this week.
No shit.
Yay. Isn't this great? Oh, what a
wow. I never would have thought that they would have had a meeting about that.
Didn't you? Don't you remember that one time we were working together and then they pulled us in the office and say, hey, you know that guy from, the Home Alone 2? Well, he's going to be a big part of your job when you're cashing that $250 bill. What a treat for us all.
Yeah, it is pretty crazy. You know, they take him out of some of the versions of that. Home Alone 2?
Of the movie?
Yeah.
Wait, for real?
Yeah. They'll take Trump and they'll cut him out. Some people cut him out of the scene or whatever. They just
because he's such a big. Because there's such fans. Is that why? Or
yeah, for sure. Because they're huge fans.
Huge.
Because he has captivated a nation. I can't believe you guys have talked about the $250 bill, which is beyond ridiculous, right? So, only because we don't need a $250 bill. But they're doing it as a commemorative.
Have you seen the videos? So I got to ask you, the video of them putting up the MMA ring in the White House lawn.
I know. I've seen it.
AI?
I was just watching it before.
Is that AI? Because it looks like it's AI. I'm like, this can't actually be real.
No, it's legit. Everything about reality right now is absolutely batshit crazy. None of it makes sense.
I'm down to do a compare contrast episode of The Broken Remote of Idiocracy and what's actually happening. Because the fact that President Camacho is about to actually be elected, next term, probably just seems.
My kid wanted me to watch that, and I'm like, yeah, I haven't seen it, and I still have yet to see it yet. And now
I rewatched it this last year.
Did you really? I hear it's great.
Good. It's great.
It's Mike Judge. For those that don't know,
it's Mike Judge.
But 2003, right? It was kind of like when he was in his King of the Hill was done. Beavis and Butthead was nothing. They had been removed from TV. And he had nothing really going on. He made that movie, and a lot of people loved it.
It's like high concept
terrible.
Office Space, and then just no one seemed to care at the time. And now, just every passing year, you're going, "Fuck!"
Right now, everybody's just sitting there, just giving it a round of applause because the guy couldn't have been more right. So that is one that I have to see. And then, yes, we could do a Broken Remote on reality versus Idiocracy.
Idiocracy, yeah.
Idiocracy?
Rhonda, it's what plants crave.
And before I forget, anybody that listens routinely will know that we ended last episode talking about our Sweet 16 of comedians who just aren't funny or people that just aren't funny to begin with. We'll put that on pause because we got too much. We'll get back into that.
We got a lot going on.
A ton. So we just talked about this ridiculous $250 bill, which I don't know. We don't need it, but if we do need it, can't you just find another fucking president?
We should print more money from the Fed. That's what I vote.
Yeah, it's really ridiculous. So, and then the UFC cage, which is on the White House lawn, which I can't really believe we're having a UFC fight on the White House lawn. Like, enough with the White House. Just like leave it alone. I can't. Me personally, other people seem to have just gotten super geeked on politics, being involved in every fucking thing.
I thought it was going to go down.
existence.
I kind of miss Biden because I feel like it wasn't this obnoxious when he was in office.
Yeah, probably not. I mean, no.
Probably not.
Probably not. Well, because I think the left wasn't as loud about it, right? Because Trump was out. So there was a
When
while.
Trump was first in office, there's like he got all these guys that he barely knew that were like in his cabinet, and then he just turns out that he fucking hated him when they're like, "Hey, maybe launching nukes at the moon was a bad idea, Trump." And he's like, "Oh, you're fired. Get out of here."
Dude, every time it was like, you're out. You're out.
This time,
You're out.
I mean, to be fair, he's doing that now, but it's just
Yes.
the biggest idiots in the entire world that he's just decided to hire. It's so interesting.
Trump 2.0 is the same thing as Trump 1.0. There's really no difference outside of the fact that
strictly just the people around him, I think, are stupider. I think 110% that's what it is now.
Can you believe, thinking about it, that little Marco, little hands, is Secretary of State, right? Is that which one he is? I don't even pay attention anymore.
I don't know, dude. I don't know. It's all a wash. Everyone's going to get fired in the next year.
I think he's the Secretary of State, whatever it is. But Rubio is like number 3, right? Number 2 being
I don't
Vance.
think I don't feel like 75% of Americans probably don't realize that JD Vance doesn't look like that giant meme that you see like in half the videos.
It is really funny. And they were talking about it. Trey Parker, Matt Stone were talking about it on, I think, Fallon or Kimmel, probably Kimmel. But it is really funny that JD Vance whole persona fits into the Fantasy Island guy, whatever the hell the little midget's name is.
What are you doing, Mr. Trump?
But it is really perfect. Have you seen that? Trey and Parker and Stone were talking about it.
Yeah. Not with the Jimmy Kimmel.
Oh, yeah. Look it up. They just did a late night interview, and they were talking about it, and he was talking about it was supposed to be like a one-time thing, and then they did it, and it just fit so perfectly that they were like, all right, let's just keep going with it. So, I think they said the new
That seems like a pretty good idea, Mr. Trump.
Tattoo, right? Tattoo, I think that's the Fantasy Island guy's name.
Whatever his name is, yeah.
Yeah, and it really turned into just a comedic gem. But, I don't think, to go back to your question about, your point about Biden, I think the left wasn't so engaged with it. So I think we didn't hear about it nearly as much. But now, and remember, as soon as Trump got in, we were watching it when we worked at UBS, that they immediately just started trying to get him out. And, they filed to impeach him like right away. Well, maybe not right away. I think at first it was like they were trying to prove Russia, right? Russia helped them. I can't even.
He'll be back for a third term. It's fine.
It's just I can't. I need him out. I'm a Giant fan. And so then this weekend.
Huge fan. Friend of the show. Show. Donald Trump.
Don Trump. He'll be here. Did you follow the Giants and Jackson Dart, who is their quarterback?
No.
Okay. So on Friday, he introduces Trump at some rally that's like 4 towns away from me in Suffern, which is New York. It's not New Jersey, but close enough. And I'm like, wow. I'm like, okay, that's kind of it's stupid. I don't think a lot of people are going to like that. But I didn't think it was going to be a thing. I just thought Jackson Dart probably shouldn't have done that because you're just going to give fuel for the fire
Probably
for all these sports. Idea. Because there's a huge amount of sports media that hates Trump and just loves to get involved in this whole thing. And sure enough, by the time I woke up on Saturday morning, the entire world had blown up with fucking opinions about Jackson Dart opening up this rally for Trump. And then one of his teammates said something. And I'm like, oh, my God. Even off-season football, when they're not doing anything. I can't get away from fucking politics. It's crazy. I never thought our reality would get this way, but here we are.
it's not. It's not even really politics. It's just such a overall team sport at this point. It's stupid. It's dumb.
Yeah, it is. It's
But
sports radio.
That's
I mean, if you
why
ever
we
listen to
have-
sports
that's
radio,
what-
that's what it is.
I don't need to
That's
think
what
about
life
those
is.
things because that's why I have
Fucked
the
up.
boys, so that Eric Kirky, whatever his name is, can tell me what politics should be because he's
Right.
so much wiser than the rest of us.
Well, well done by you. And so let's get into it. Going into content, there was two big things that hit this past week. One being political in nature. At least they really did turn the show quite political as it went on, but that's not really our focus. It's
I
just
saw one
tangent.
article, dude, that was literally just like, I feel like he didn't realize that some people weren't picking. He realized some people weren't picking up on the nuances in the first two seasons. He went, "Oh, I gotta hit them over the head with a steel bat.
Yeah,
make sure they
Definitely
get it."
got worse, right? As time went on.
You're not supposed to like Homelander. Oh, I better make him real bad.
And of course, we were talking about The Boys season
The Boys.
finale. So, what was it? Did it premiere on Friday? Is that when they launched it? Or Thursday?
It was like Thursday. It was like a Wednesday, dude. They have the weirdest schedule for
Oh,
it.
yeah, it might have been Wednesday. Whatever it
You
might be.
need every aspect of your life filled with something so you don't realize how upset you are with the day-to-day. I'm sorry, am I talking out loud here from my...
Yeah, you have no inner monologue.
Oh,
Your
wow.
mind is
Where'd
just
that
going.
come from?
And it came out, and I've watched it. I watched bits and pieces of this final season. Up to this point, I watched most of it. You told me before we started the show that you've watched the whole thing, right?
No, so I'll be honest. I watched the first two seasons in full, and then I watched most of the third season, and then the fourth and the fifth were like episodes here and there. And I watched.
Okay, so I'm a little ahead of you in that regard.
It was like it just lost the steam.
It did, right?
It was I watched. I'll be honest with you. I watched the first 2-3 episodes of the fifth season. Then I watched basically the rest of it on like Instagram reels and shit,
Sure.
because they just put all the main scenes you need there. And then I watched the last episode. I'm like, I'm caught up. I get
You know
it.
what people love watching is people eat on camera.
Exactly.
That's what they
should
love,
be
and
charging-
chewing into the microphone
You
too.
should be charging extra for this.
I should. But it was rather ridiculous what happened with the series as time went on.
It was
Because it was pretty solid.
the concept was great. I mean, it's just like that show Invincible. I mean, I'll be honest with you. I was
Oh,
so
my kids love that show. I haven't seen it. They
Invincible's
told me
great.
it's good.
Invincible's awesome. Love that show. That one has not lost its steam. It's still ridiculous, but it's like maintained whatever freshness that this other one has just completely fallen by the wayside and lost. I'm losing everything.
Don't you lose it. Hold it together.
I'm losing it all, man. I had such a
Keep it
good
together
run.
for the show. Then lose it.
It's just like, oh, it's evil Superman, but it's also analogous to like Trump and politics. And it's like, God, wow,
Well, they made it really political.
they made it so political.
Yeah.
And then they did that one thing with the character Sister Sage. I'm just going on a complete rant. If you haven't seen The Boys, I'm not going to explain it for you this time. I'm sorry. Everyone kind of understands that. It's like, what if superheroes were kind of bad guys and also analogous to like crazy celebrities, but with superpowers. So they're worse. That's the show. I don't like Supernatural. The guy who made this show made the first few shows of Supernatural. The first
Oh, really?
few seasons
I've
were
never
great.
seen it. I know of it, though.
And it was one of those shows that went on for too long, dude, where you're going, this is a great idea.
Yeah,
and then
it's
eventually you
most
went, you needed to die. You needed to die 10 seasons ago. It goes on for like 15 seasons. They meet. Like at first, that show's about them hunting demons and monsters and like the American wilderness that are like real, and it's kind of cool.
Fits
And
the
then eventually
Supernatural.
it's them hanging out with a
title.
god playing D&D, which is like only half of an exaggeration. And it's the D&D part. That's the exaggeration. It's just stupid. It's stupid.
I had heard that was one of the possible endings for Stranger Things, was that they like peel the camera back and they were just all playing, what do you call it? They were playing Dungeons and Dragons. And then they were doing that in the show, but they were actually playing it, not like the whole story was just them imagining themselves within the world of D&D. But back to Supernatural, back to The Boys. Yeah, to your point that a show that's just gone on too long. This show was only 5 seasons,
Yeah,
and I felt like it ran out of steam.
it was so over.
And I think you just said that before anyway. Like how was the story supposed to end? You said you had went back to
Everyone thought it
the
was gonna
comics?
in the comics, it's dude. I mean, I'm not even going to explain the comics because it's just so confusing. Like, it's essentially the same thing where Homelander
Was it
goes
similar?
it's sort of similar. Like Homeland,
Okay.
it all ends at the White House, so that part's all similar. But I think everyone was expecting like some scorched earth kind of season, and then there's like a whole plot line this time where there was. For those who haven't watched it, the 5th season basically revolves around this original MacGuffin from the 4th season where there's this virus that only kills superheroes. They forget about that like 2 seconds in.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, it's just going. It's actually really cool. This new super serum that can give superpowers, like you even more superpowers. You're like, okay, that sounds more interesting. Let's go with that. And they go, well, it sort of works, but not always, because now it turns out there's a new ability where you can just take away superpowers, and you just go, where the fuck was this from season 1? Like, just all of these randomly into the show.
The virus and the steroid to me was basically the equivalent of time travel in the Avengers.
It
like
was
they just
so
painted
useful.
themselves into a corner and they needed to make something up, so they made up these things.
But they did it twice. How do you do it twice? You had 2 MacGuffins. Like, you're like, I don't like the virus idea. Let's get rid of this. They're hunting a super serum. That'll stop the virus. So the virus is basically useless once he gets this. Oh, he got
You're
it.
cracking my balls, man.
Oh,
No.
shit. We didn't expect him to actually get this far. I don't know. Never mind. There's a new thing where they take away his powers. It's
How about the end when the main guy? Oh my god, I forgot his name. Carl
Billy
Urban.
Butcher.
When Butcher, all the main characters. I mean, most of the main characters basically die. The bad guys all die. Butcher is kind of an evil good guy. He dies too.
Not
But-
even though. Like, I feel like most of the main characters lived except for the one dude.
Well, the
And
bad
then-
guys.
And then the
bad
smartest
guys all
person-
died, right?
They did that one thing that we talked about. It's like oh, we have the smartest person in the world. She's so intelligent.
That
She's
was
50
awesome.
steps ahead of everyone. It's like, dude, she's been wrong about everything. I just hear her bitch about Taco Bell. What are you talking about?
And then they just made her. I mean, they did this test run with their plan. They made her
And she ate the Taco
super
Bell.
dumb, and then she was out of the show. And that was like the send off to her.
It's like, what? Why was she here? She hasn't really done anything for the plot. except,
Nothing!
Like, she did one scene where she was like, oh, by the way, you know that one part where I was like, oh my God, you totally tricked me. I didn't see this coming. Actually, I did see it coming. And that was the end of the 4th season. And she's been wrong ever since and before then.
Yeah,
My
there
goal
was-
is to read books. Fuck you.
They did. It was like Game of Thrones where they just ran out of story and they made up things to try to push it along. And as I was saying, Butcher at the very end with these viruses, he installs the virus basically into I think it was the fire alarm system where
Yeah,
it would come
something
out
like
in
that.
the water, and he was going to pull it. And then he dies, and then they just fade to black, and then they don't explain how
Turns out the cure is hand sanitizer. Is that easy? He just
I
put
don't
that
know.
in there.
They don't explain how
He
they
got it
get
out.
rid of that because it's in the fire system.
Yeah.
I guess you drain the fire system, but to do that, it would just be so complicated to undo what he did, and they just fade to black, and it was undone.
I don't know if I should blame the showrunner or like the guy who like the marketing, because the marketing really made you think like, oh, this is it. This is the season where Homelander finally goes crazy, and it's the boys in this like slowly post-apocalyptic world where they got to fight back against this army of superheroes.
Right.
And it's just like all the cool nuance
That's what
where
you're made to think.
like the first season, dude, where the whole thing is there's this one superhero who's completely invulnerable and can go invisible, but it turns out we got to like think outside the box to negate his powers, and that's how the regular man can beat these superheroes. And then at the end, it's just like, what if we punched him really hard? I think that could work.
Yeah, thinking about this and thinking about the Homelander character as you're describing him there, like Why?
But have you
couldn't
considered punching him? Yeah.
have you? Why at the end, when you try to make this super fragile, complex character
Mhm.
to end his existence, which basically ends the show, do you basically film like a 3-minute scene where you do what basically they've been doing for the past 2 or 3 seasons, which is dialing up all the profane jokes, dialing up all the
Oh my
cursing,
god, dude! At this
all the
point,
sexual innuendos, all the sexual phrases? Like it was like a dumb comic that curses just to try to make people laugh when it's like, dude, but your joke's not funny. Like, okay, you said fuck and you talked about tits and dick and all this other shit, but you're not funny. So I'm watching
Well,
I'm watching
dude,
this.
did you show that guy's ass on screen? That was so crazy, dude.
There was so much of it. And Homelander's entire end run as a character was him saying, "Oh, I'll suck your dick and I'll do this," and it was like,
You know who? You know who thinks that's funny?
like fuck,
Like a
man.
12-year-old. It was a 12-year-old sense of humor. That's
Yeah,
what
sure.
it is.
Yeah, when you first hear that stuff,
dude, you
it
showed his
probably
butt
blows
on
your wig
screen?
back.
Oh my god, his butt was there. Oh, you said dick. That's so crazy, dude. That's the
And
show.
And so when I'm watching that, the Homelander character ends up not being like complex, and like I didn't even feel anything when he like got wiped away. Not that I was supposed to feel something, but you invest 5 years in watching a show. Although I was in and out of this last year, and like I mean, the character was always kind of
He's
fringe.
evil Superman with like a crazy, like, just sad backstory. It's just like there's so many things now, dude, that use what if Superman was evil. It's like
Right.
at this point,
But did you have to
when I
end
see
him so
Superman being a good
dumb?
guy, yeah, fair.
Like,
It
why
was
do you have
dumb.
to end so dumb?
Well, they also ended it where it's just like, so this is all going to happen again, right? Like this is all going to go right back to square one. You're going to have another like superhero, because the same evil guy who was in charge of the whole company is back in charge.
Yeah,
Homelander's
the
just
Chicken
gone.
Man.
Yeah, the Chicken Man who
The
played.
Chicken Man.
He just played Gus Fring again. Like,
Yeah, I mean, he really didn't step out. And not only, and Gus Fring then turned into Gus Fring in space because I forgot his fucking character's
space.
name. And he made himself stupid Mandalorian armor and cloned himself. I forgot his name.
Mandalorian. Oh, we can jump into that soon too. Yeah. Maybe get
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That was a little tease. They call that a tease in the game.
Yeah.
But he made himself into Gus Fring in space, and now he's Gus Fring running evil superheroes. Like Giancarlo Esposito.
Giancarlo Esposito. I mean, dude, phenomenal actor, but for whatever reason, he is getting typecast.
Likes what he likes, though. What he likes, Will.
Well, he likes money. Which,
He
to
does.
be fair, yeah.
Everybody likes a big fat check.
You see what you did in Breaking Bad? Do that
Again.
He's like, I can do other things. No, we want you to do that again in Electric State, where you're just going to play Gus Fring, but a bounty hunter.
Oh, shit.
And
I
then
forgot he was in that, too.
Also going to play Gus Fring, but a Captain America New World Order. Because remember, he was in that movie.
Oh, my God, he was in that, too. Oh,
That's what this is.
Giancarlo everywhere.
This is why I get paid $3.
He really just likes to do him.
Oh, dude, I mean,
Which is every actor now. It's every fucking actor.
oh my god, yeah, no, you range. What are you talking about?
Which is why movies bomb. Like I just all of society, all of existence, we have just come to a grinding halt. Nobody's moving forward in anything. We're all just sitting here making the same shit, having the same conversations, watching the same stuff, hearing the same stuff.
That's what this show is.
People
You
up on
watch your
TV.
mouth. Yeah.
Well, because there's plenty to shit on, that's for sure. But like, I would like to, it would be nice, and it doesn't happen for us that often. I don't know why, but it's probably the stuff that we're watching is just built to be bad. But it would be fun to go to the movies and come back, or turn on the TV and come back and be like, dude, you got to watch this. This is awesome. I can't tell you the last time.
Oh, Hail
I
Mary.
felt that way.
Project Hail Mary. I'll sing its
Oh,
praise.
I haven't seen that yet. Yes,
Still
I have that.
phenomenal. Yeah.
But like,
But that's
all right, Project Hail Mary, on an oddball tangent, is now out for $25. You can watch it at home, right? If it's out for $25, I just took my kids to go see Mandalorian and Grogu, which we're getting to in a hot second. Cost me $100, $50 for food, $50 for tickets, $100 to go see Mandalorian and Grogu, and that shit
well, thank God it was a good movie. Oh, it wasn't.
It was duty. So if I could have stayed home and spent $25 to then go and watch Project Hail Mary, oh, dude, I would have been winning. And then I probably would have been happy, and I would have been so bent.
Well, dude,
and that's now that's going to be the new move.
We
knew this was coming, but I think it's here now.
Unless you get one of those like Tuesday deals where you get to go to the movies for like way cheaper.
Sure.
It's just like, I mean, we were not gonna lie, we were bored one weekend. Like, do we watch the Mario Galaxy movie? We did not because of the price thing, and now it's available on streaming. So that's a horrible example. It's a horrible movie, I'm sure, but this is just the only thing I have off the top of my head.
Point is there a need now to go watch a movie in the theater and pay all the money up front, not knowing what the product's going to be on the other side? Or do you save yourself like 75% of the cost and stay at home and wait 1 month and then watch it either free on the streaming service that you subscribe to, or just for 75% less on TV by
it's
paying?
It's got to be like a big
event,
but they don't make those movies though anymore, unless it's like something with Marvel in the title where they just blow an absurd, disgusting amount of money. They're like, fuck it, throw everything there. Right. You want to make a cowboy movie? No.
Well,
get one of those. Which
then brings us to the next POS on the docket, and that's Mandalorian Grogu. So you have the boys that fails to deliver because in the end they just wrap it up.
7 years.
Then you have the first Star Wars, superheroes, and now we've got sci-fi. But you're talking about Star Wars. Will and I have talked about it for years on the show. It is a huge property, probably the biggest IP that existed at one point. Maybe Marvel's now.
Such a good job. They're doing such a good job at the franchise. We're just constantly got to give them all props. Dave Filoni immediately walks in, saves the whole brand. He didn't.
No. When Star Wars was sold in 2015, 2016, or whenever it was, by Lucas to Disney, was that the biggest movie property in existence? Probably, right? I mean, if you think about IPs.
The IP is huge. I mean,
it's bigger than Indiana Jones, though.
Well, I mean, it's part of it, though. I mean, like, because he sold all Lucasfilm. Star Wars. At
the
time, I mean, Marvel. I mean, he sold it as Marvel was kind of rising up. And Marvel's also like, you're getting.
Did he sell Indiana Jones? Is Indiana Jones part of Disney?
That's what they made the new Indiana Jones movie, which was god awful.
It was okay. Yeah. All right, so
Willow. Don't forget about Willow. Oh my God.
Well, oh man, I am so sorry. I mean, terrible job. But I'm thinking 007, right? 007 is a big movie property. I think Star Wars was bigger than 007.
This is definitely biased. I feel like Star Wars has like more name power. Like James Bond, James Bond, but Star Wars, people like my girlfriend's gonna know who Darth Vader is. Or she's never seen a single movie. Like she's gonna know, like, oh yeah, that's Baby Shrek, whatever his name is.
Yeah. So it's not out of the realm of possibility to say, well, it probably is a fact that Star Wars at one point was the biggest movie IP that there was. Disney has bought it, and talking about movies and paying all this money to go see a big event, and that's what's going to draw you to the theaters. Star Wars would be it. And I sat in this theater with my two kids watching this movie, and let me tell you, there was not a laugh to be had, and I was in a full packed movie, which included kids and some older people and whatever. Not a laugh to be had. Even the jokes that they wanted to deliver were like mediocre laughed by the crowd. And there wasn't a cheer
But
had at
Grogu was
any
so
point.
cute. Didn't you know that Grogu was cute? Oh my god! Look at him make the baby noises again.
Baby noises, all fucking movie. All movie. All movie. Give him a voice. Have him talk.
I
Have
saw
him
one
talk.
review that was just like, he's been like, Baby Yoda was great at first because it's just like, you know, it's that classic dynamic of father figure with like young thing they have to protect. And it's like this whole new idea of like a baby Yoda that makes cute little gurgly noises. And it's just like, it's been
what,
how
6
many years
years?
now? Yeah, 6 years of the same thing where you're like, dude, I'm immune.
Like,
you got it. You got all the care of this franchise out of me. I don't care anymore. It's over.
No, exactly. Hello, exactly. 6 years. So if we started watching him and he was a baby, 6 years later he'd be 6 years old, right? Like a 6-year-old has infinitely more, you know. And oh well, you know, Yoda and that species, which is still not defined, takes so long to whatever, man, whatever. Like you can't think that your audience is going to enjoy watching a baby for 6 years.
It's crazy because it was Jon Favreau who directed this one, and just like the
guy's lost his fastball. Sorry.
I was gonna say he really like because he made so many just killer ones, and then there's some movies where you see that he made, and you're like, you had no passion for this, did you?
No.
Like you were you were so checked out.
Well, to bring that to the earlier point, right? Not a laugh to be had, not a cheer to be had. Like there was like what was supposed to be big time, you know, they throw everything in so that you can cheer at something. And so there is a spaceship battle scene late in the movie that's meant to have everybody cheer. Not a cheer to be had. And you think about all the things that Favreau has done over his existence that have laughs in it, cheering moments. And, like, he's good at that. I just watched with my oldest son and my wife 2 or 3 weeks ago, Chef. Have you ever seen Chef? It's
great.
Fucking phenomenal.
It's so good.
So good.
He made the background for that movie is literally he made it because he was so fed up with like the Hollywood studio system. He's like, fuck it, you guys force me. So apparently the background, I don't know why I know so much about this. He did Iron Man. He had a bunch of freedom for Iron Man. He was like really behind getting Robert.
Great movie that had jokes and cheering moments.
Exactly.
So go on.
Yeah, he had that. You know, he was right out. He did Elf, obviously. So Iron Man 2, everyone at Marvel's like, oh, we got a franchise here. Oh, everyone really liked Iron Man.
Yeah, and you could feel
Let's tell you how to make this movie for it. And so they're like, no, you got to. So apparently, like the whole like Black Widow storyline, they're throwing all this thing in with like Nick Fury and Shield. That was on Marvel that he was trying to fight back against. Got completely overridden and just had to basically put that in the movie because like we're making an Avengers movie.
And pieced out for 3 because they gave it to
so fed up with it.
Fucking the guy. I think his last name is Black, but he was. I mean, he's a scriptwriter.
I don't see color, so yeah, you know.
That's right. Good job by you. Oh, I wanted to.
Well, yeah, he left after Iron Man 2. Then he did Chef because he's like, I want to recapture.
Shane Black. I think it's Shane Black.
Shane Black. Whoa.
Yeah, Predator. They brought him on the original Predator with Arnold Schwarzenegger because, as the urban legend goes, they needed him to like rewrite the script as they were going along, and so they put him in the cast to like do script as they were shooting the movie. So, but yeah, continue. So yeah, he left for.
Yeah, he made it for
Iron
that
Man
reason,
3.
and then they're like, "Wow, you did a great job on Chef. We'll give you freedom for." So he made the live action Jungle Book movie, which you know.
Oh yes, that was like a favor, right? Like to Disney. I don't think he wanted to do that.
Yeah, he didn't want to do that, but it was. I saw it was good. I mean, I don't have any like ties to that franchise like I do like The Lion King, which he also did, and that is.
Well, did he do the Jungle Book or the Lion King?
Both. He did both.
Which one was the Jungle Book? Is that the one with The Rock?
The Rock. It had Bill Murray as the bear. That's all I remember.
Maybe I'm mixing one up. There was The Rock was in another live action Disney property.
He's in another one. Yeah.
I saw the preview and it's gonna suck. It's gonna suck. The Jungle. He did the
Someone go to Party City and get Dwayne a wig now.
Yeah, the Jungle. Oh, yeah. So he did the Jungle Book, huh?
Yeah. Which was a cute one. And then he made the Lion King movie, which is like, what if I just gave up all of my soul?
Yeah, nobody liked Lion King.
It
So
made
Jungle Book, I
so
didn't
much
see.
money, though.
Did The Lion King make a lot of
It
money?
made over $1 billion, dude.
Wow.
They made
I didn't.
They made a prequel called Mufasa because it did so well.
Well, I remember the Mufasa deal. Yeah. It made 1.7 billion dollars. Oh no, hold
Thanks,
on.
Society. Good job, guys.
The original, yeah, oh yeah, it made 1.7 billion, while the original made 982 million. That's crazy. Never would thought that in a million years. Yeah, so I remember people talking about The Lion King, but people didn't like it, so I think that's why I equated it to not doing good at the box office. But yeah, this movie, unlike Chef, unlike some of his earlier works, like felt like what people were, saying about him, I guess, in those movies that were produced, right? That he kind of like lost his fastball or just didn't
One's
feel
so
into
interesting
it.
because like wasn't it like he the big guy behind like the first few seasons? I feel like it's like the same thing that happened with Iron Man,
about
where
this,
he
dude.
like I
Like,
think we did this
season one
for
was
the first
him.
season. Yeah, the first season, like
Right.
he's that guy who. And sorry for speaking over here, but it's just like he's that guy who comes in, he makes this great property, or he reinvigorates this franchise, and then everyone and their mother goes, "Oh, that's so much money. Let me in on this. I can help out." Just every time.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it just happens to him, right? Because he just seems to have this ability to just reinvigorate properties or create fresh property. Like Iron Man, yeah, sure. Like I mean, it was a property, but he didn't really reinvigorate it because it was never on it was never on film before. Like he just made that one up. So that's like a creation of his. But all of a sudden what he makes is so good that people and they're affiliated with big gigantic IPs such as Star Wars and Avengers. Yeah. Then it's like they drive it into the ground. So we talked about this with Mandalorian. Seasons 3 and Boba Fett were like terrible. So he did really good with one, and then all of a sudden it started to come apart because Filoni injected himself. So I had hope for Mandalorian Grogu.
You know what this movie needs? My big ass cowboy hat.
Yeah, fuck the cowboy hat. Can we had enough of the cowboy hat? Can we retire the cowboy hat? You're not a cowboy. It was like him stupid. In that stupid cowboy hat. Do you remember when Pharrell was going around all the time with his Mountie hat? When he was making all the big hit singles that he had.
I don't know why.
Like Happy.
Oh, yes.
And he couldn't get rid of the goddamn Mountie hat. And
see, now when I think of Pharrell, dude, all I can think of is the fact that he made that movie about himself in Lego, which I'm just like...
Dude, it's so awesome, by the way.
Is it a good movie?
It's so good.
Oh, it is good.
Yeah,
okay.
It is good.
See, I thought it was stupid. Now you're making me second guess. Okay.
Yeah, no, I would see that. I saw it with my wife and oldest, and I thought it was going to suck because the Lego movie thing was done, and I don't really care about Pharrell. It was awesome. So, yes, I would advise seeing it. I don't know why they did it in Lego, but it worked. So, but back to Mandalorian, Grogu, and Favreau. I guess what I read after the fact, and I think I said this to you, was that he basically had season 4 written for The Mandalorian. Disney came, knocked on his door. Hey, John, we need a movie. We haven't had one in 8 years. Mandalorian's doing really good. What do you got? Well, I have season 4 ready to go. Okay, can you chop that up and then make a movie out of it? And that's what he fucking did by his own admission. He said he took out this, took out that, and then he just basically made a movie, a standalone movie. Is there a plot
for it? All I know is that the baby hut comes back.
Dude,
no. Movie from like 20 years ago.
They make a reference to that too, by the way. I didn't understand it because I didn't see.
Wasn't that Filoni's movie?
Well, I was it the Clone Wars movie or was it the Clone Wars show that
it was? There was an animated Star Wars movie.
Yes, I remember that
came out, and I think that's where the baby hut was because I distinctly remember the marketing. You could not get away from that stupid baby hut. Like every TV show you turned on, it was like, "Did you know that the baby Jabba the Hutt marketing material was here?
Yo.
Oh my god, he's so cute."
This pains me. So they show that picture. And I didn't understand the Easter egg because I didn't watch those cartoons, right? I'm old. I watched the original trilogy, and I'm an original trilogy baby. So they show that, and I guess everybody, is supposed to have been like, oh, I remember that Easter egg, blah, blah. And then
God, it's the little guy.
And then they have one of the two Hutt brothers and sisters that is asking Mandalorian to go search for him. They make a stupid comment where they go, well, he obviously has aged since then. Or he looks a lot different now. And that's supposed to be the big joke. Being like showing the Easter egg picture of him as a baby and then saying like, he looks a little bit different now though. You wouldn't have a picture of him since then?
Wink, wink, nudge, nudge.
You would have had a picture of him since then.
Yeah, we have interstellar planetary travel, but an image is kind of hard.
And I couldn't understand when they showed the baby picture and then the Hutts were like, yeah, well, he looks a lot different now. And I was like, why would they have done that? Like, why would they only have a picture of him as a fucking baby?
You don't have
and why would they show that?
Guy? Yeah.
But I didn't know that until recently that it was an Easter egg like callback to Filoni productions
so
past.
Cute. Oh, Filoni, you're doing such a good job with this, and Ahsoka, I'm so proud of you.
Your question was, is there a story? And my answer would be like, no.
It's like not.
No. Do you want to try to guess what the story was?
I mean, I saw there's the Hutt.
I'm going to put you on the board, and I'm going to let you take a couple of stabs at plot points, what you think could be in there. Go ahead.
All the marketing, dude, just shows the Hutt in the Coliseum. So obviously the Mandalorian has to team up with the Hutt in the Coliseum. That's my only guess.
There you go. There's one.
Else.
Well, go ahead. Just. Sorry. That's what you got it wrong. Take another couple stabs at plot points that you think could be in there.
Grogu meets his parents. Probably not. I don't know.
Yeah, that
like what else happened? Like it's a movie. Like a movie used to be like, oh, there's a big thing that's going to happen for a character that you'll be hearing about like every TV show since from now.
It's a standalone movie involving the Mandalorian and Grogu. So think about the way that the series went. Now it's a standalone movie. So give me like what you think the major plot point is. It's Mando. How did like every episode of Mando go?
Well, every episode was like such a one-off. There was like, except for the later seasons.
Yeah, one-off. He goes on a quest. He gets hired. He gets hired for a bounty.
So
that's the story.
Big quest like about the Hutt, or is there like multiple quests in this? You said it was like the fourth season.
Yep. So it's a quest.
All of that, yeah.
It's a quest. Yeah. Well, I mean, it's all kind of intertwined. So. The first part is the quest. So, remember, Mandalorian is really just the Incredible Hulk TV series all redone again, which featured Bill Bixby as Bruce Banner, and Bruce Banner would have to go from town to town, and then he would Hulk out, and then he'd have to go to the next town because everybody knew he was a Hulk, and he had to create himself. Mm-hmm. Same thing with Mando. Mando goes, and he gets a bounty, and he collects the bounty, and then he moves to the next place.
And then he goes right back to Tatooine because they paid all that money for that set. They're not just going to let that go to waste. They got to go back to Tatooine, goddammit.
Well, if you think that there's going to be throwbacks from Favreau's universe and the things that have happened with Mandalorian that he did, you're wrong.
My God,
there's
Gina
nothing
Carano comes back? No way.
Yeah, no, she did not. She tapped out in 16 seconds to Ronda Rousey. That was the last thing.
That fight was insane. That was insane.
So dumb.
I can't believe I stayed up for that.
So dumb.
Anyway.
I did too, so don't feel bad. So he goes on a bounty. The bounty is for Rada the Hutt, which is Jabba's son.
Wow, he really busted his chops coming up with a name for that one. Huh,
Yep. Rada the Hutt.
So calm down, buddy.
Rada the Hutt is as like they did him exactly how you would think Disney would do a modern college age kid. He wants to live outside.
Yeah. He's got pink hair.
No, but he's soft. He's soft, and he doesn't want to go back to his family.
I just
he
saw
gets
the one
treated
image,
well
dude.
here.
The Hut had
He's
fucking
fighting
abs.
for his own name. Yeah,
Why
he's all
did he
built
have
and shit.
abs? Why?
Yeah,
I was like,
he's
he's a
built.
slug alien.
The
Why does he
CGI
have
sucks. The CGI sucks. The puppets of Jabba the Hutt were better. But he's all bent because they don't want me. I just get to be myself, and I'm
Oh,
treated pretty well here, and I'm
wait.
making a name for myself. Will people are loving me for me? That's that's basically
Does
his
he
character.
speak?
He speaks. Oh yeah, perfect English. By the way, he speaks perfect English, and occasionally the Hutt sister brother tandem. I don't know who they are. They also speak English sometimes.
Oh, I hate that.
Yeah,
Oh, that's the
it was
worst
so
thing
dumb.
you said about the movie so far.
Yep. But Rada speaks English the whole time. So Mando
Why?
saves him.
Why would they do that? No,
There's no
the whole
explanation.
point.
Don't think.
Do they? You know what I really wanted in Star Wars? I needed everything they built in the original trilogy. I needed it to be super expanded upon. I can't have
Yes.
any stone.
You're going to get
unturned.
it here.
I need to know every single individual thought. I need to know the genealogy of Jabba the Hutt. Otherwise, I can't sleep at night. Thank
Well,
God they expanded on his, his son out of wedlock or whatever. I don't know.
yeah, you get. Yeah, they don't. I don't know that
Speaks
they
English.
explain
Why
that.
does that bother me? That was so stupid.
Well, because everything in life should bother you at some point. Now, because it's all terrible. It's just bad.
But it was so nice, and it was like rah, nah, 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 nah. You're like, what is he saying? I don't know, but it makes him sound threatening. I like it. Like it's just
He's just sappy. And it was like, dude, what are we doing? So they have the big
my family
fight
just
with each other.
understand me.
They have the big fight with each other, and he frees him. And so then, Mando sets him free. And then you find out that, all is not as it seems to be, right? And the second part is him having to go and rescue Rada the Hutt the second time. Because the whole first time, what he was told was a big fat lie. And this leads to Mandalorian standing just like Jabba the Hutt on this trapdoor and falling and battling a monster, but it's not a Rancor monster.
Do you
It's
guys remember
a
when they
snake.
did that in the movie 40 years ago? That was really cool, right? We're gonna do it again.
You do everything again. And then he has to get saved by a side quest from Baby Yoda. Baby Yoda bumps into an NPC. An NPC gives him what's needed for Mando to get better. Mando gets better. And then they go to complete the quest. And to do that, they get the final. Now you don't have to just play as a character. You can actually hop in the X-Wing fighter. And that's the part of the game where you get to fly in the X-Wings. And you get to fly the X-Wings in and help out Mando and Grogu save the day.
It's just weird.
that's
It's like it's the same thing with like the Tatooine stuff. I mean, I'm still focused more on just the fact they're doing the Hutts are coming back. Like,
Well, they couldn't go to Tatooine because Boba Fett's there, and Disney does not want to include Boba Fett in anything anymore.
Oh, whoopsie! I think we made a couple mistakes there.
Maybe.
But it's just so crazy when they make like another show focusing on Tatooine, or they make another thing being like, let's go into the deep lore of Jabba the Hutt. It's like you're not doing what I think you're doing, where they're like, we're going to play on nostalgia and bring back these characters. You're just making the universe feel small. Like that's what you're doing. Like the fact that everything's so interconnected. Like,
yeah, I do agree. But by making it bigger, they made it smaller. I know what you're saying, and I wholeheartedly agree.
it's just like I mean, you could
It just feels dumber. Like everything just feels dumber.
like I'm thinking back to Andor, dude, and it's just they had like original planets. They had like all these fun little like quirks about the entire empire. Like, yes, they did one scene back on like the rebel base planet, but the whole point was that they were part of the rebel team that eventually sets up there.
Right.
Like
Andor had
a guy who
Andor had
cared.
intelligence to it.
He had
Like,
a guy who cared.
it had a what?
A guy who cared.
Yes.
Yeah.
Right.
He wrote the script. He's like, oh wait, let's do this.
that they ended it because the guy cared so much. He was like, "This isn't going to work much longer."
Yeah.
Because everybody's going to be super old compared to when they were in Rogue One. So we just have to wrap it up. Which are the pacing issues that we talked about, which we didn't like. And then you look in hindsight and you were like, well, the guy was kind of hamstrung.
I was going to say, yeah.
Here, they learned not a thing from Andor. They didn't try to use anything from Andor. It was
my other suspicion for Andor,
awful.
to be honest, dude, is also just working with Disney. It's got to be a flipping nightmare. Like Jon Favreau is they're just milking him for every last drop that is in that sweet udder, and it's already like just gasping.
Yeah. Here's my question to you, based on that. Like, if you're Favreau, what are you doing? Are you just collecting a check?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Wow. That's upsetting, dude. Because he was so good.
He was so
and this
good.
Had so much
I
potential.
mean, maybe he does this, and he's going to make one more. He's going to make Chef 2, Electric Boogaloo, and he'll recapture
nice
that dream.
Reference, by the way, because you were not alive for the fucking Breaking 2.
No, but it's just. I don't know, man.
Wow, nice.
I'm excited to watch it on Disney Plus in 2 months when I get to do so for free. That's what I'm feeling about Mandalorian. I'm going to be watching alone because my girlfriend does not care about Star Wars, so it's going to be me in a corner.
It really was a massive disappointment, and I tried to. We got out, and my kid was like, "Dad, I did not like that fucking movie."
Damn, your kid didn't like it?
Oh no, my oldest, he's eighth grade. And then he heard my youngest heard him say that, and my youngest was like, "Well, yeah, it wasn't that good." I was like, "Oh fuck," but it wasn't. It wasn't.
Dad, I don't know how to say this, but that movie was kind of ass.
I'm just gonna. I mean, I could go on and on just bashing it, but this is like this. This is the setup and how you know it's not going to go good. The opening scene was some guy. Who's still Imperial. He's still
everything
part of the
I've
Empire.
seen, dude, it seems like the
destroyed.
only thing people like is the opening scene, just because it's like a bunch of blasting.
Yes, but to get there to the at walkers, which I mean, that you want to talk about something that feels so small now. Those things don't feel big at all after you see this scene, which was given up 100% in the commercials and the trailers.
Yeah.
If you watch a commercial in the trailers, you know exactly what happens in the beginning.
I know, because that's what I've been looking at. Yeah.
Yeah. It's unbelievable. But they open up with this guy. He's ex-Empire, and he's telling these local gangsters who are like a mixed mash of old people and pathetic. And he was like, "We're going to protect you, and you're going to pay me because we're going to give you such good protection." And then some guy tries to yap a little bit and push back, and he shoots him. And then he's like, "Does anybody else have any questions?" And
Does
then
anyone else have any questions? Says Pedro Pascal in the most monotone voice of his entire life.
Dude.
Good for him getting that check, though.
I mean,
if he even, I don't even think does he show up to work anymore? Does he take his helmet off in this? He's got it for like 5 seconds, right?
I mean, when they took his helmet off, it was like, there you go, Pedro Pascal. There you go, that people can see that it's you, because you probably have this written into your contract that they have to see my face at least once. I mean, he might not have even been in the movie outside of that one time. I don't. Does he do his own stunts? Is that him behind the helmet?
Dude, there's no way. There's no way they pay it for it. They do a voiceover work for 5 minutes, and then he does that one scene where he takes it off, and then he's gone.
Why does everything have to be so shitty? Why can't there be any effort put into any of this? I don't understand it. It's really it hurts my brain. It hurts my brain. So now you just get to wait until it comes home.
Yeah, I'm so excited because that definitely means they're going to make a new Star Wars movie for...
Dude, I don't know.
Right? Yeah.
A 3, maybe, a 4. It left me trying to figure out what Star Wars movie...
10?
Well, all right, so it was worse than Last Jedi. No, Last Jedi was worse. Nothing will be worse than Last Jedi.
I was going to say, dude, like that is like... I haven't even seen the movie, and I'm jumping to protect
Rise of Skywalker was worse because that was flaming garbage.
Those are pretty, like Solo. Was it worse than Solo?
No, I'd watch Solo. I'd watch Solo. You could do with that. Which one would you watch? I would watch Solo.
Solo, interesting.
Force Awakens. I'd probably watch Mandalorian Grogu. which I wouldn't have said originally, but the sequel trilogy really has aged horrifically.
It has, yeah. Well, the fact that it would have been okay if the sequels weren't as bad, but it's just the whole thing's tainted.
So I probably watch this over the entire sequel trilogy, and probably the Phantom Menace, and probably what was the second one? Oh my God. Not Revenge of the Sith, the one that was Clone Wars, Attack of the Clones. I probably watch it over those 5, so maybe 3 is harsh, but those movies I'd give like a 1 or a 2. They're terrible.
Yeah.
I know that you like the prequel trilogy more than I would, but I'd watch Revenge of the Sith.
I have so much more nostalgia for it,
or Rogue One and the original trilogy. So, but just not good. Now, I don't know. Maybe it doesn't even withstand the test of time as it goes on. You know, Sigourney Weaver, she cashed a check in there.
Dude, I heard she sucked, which is crazy because Sigourney is my queen. Yeah.
I mean, you just saw her and you were like, okay, what actor is she going to try to portray? And then it was like, oh, it's just Sigourney Weaver reading lines. Like, if there was somebody standing behind the camera with a fucking a holder with her script lines on it, I would not be shocked.
What do you think, Mando? This seems a little suspicious today.
Just like that. So go ahead. I mean, I have flapped at the gums here, for quite a while. You got questions to ask about it, I will answer.
What question can there be? It sounds like there a villain even in the movie at this point. It sounds like it just kind of like flip-dash. Like they had Giancarlo Esposito, but he's kind of gone.
The Hutts, the 2 Hutts, and then there was kind of a bad guy, but I am not familiar with him, but there was a bounty hunter that was in the Clone
I've seen
Wars.
a lot of like photos of him getting thrown around.
Yeah, he's got a crazy like old Chinese hat.
Yeah,
it's a like really wide brim.
Apparently, every
Aboku
I was saying every
like
one
that.
of those bounty hunters dudes has the giant hats. Apparently, Dave Filoni's a huge fan of those.
He loves hats. Fucking good.
I was gonna say,
awesome by you. Fucking, he is a hat guy.
He's a hat dude. The guy from Boba Fett had the giant head too.
Yeah. They are all hat guys.
You know what? I'll give him this. He's consistent.
He likes what he likes.
He likes what he likes. He gets it.
I get attached to things, Reggie. He likes hats, and everybody he knows has a hat, some way, shape, or form. Even who was the Asian bounty hunter that was with Boba Fett? She had a helmet on, so it wasn't a hat, but a helmet.
I forgot she existed until you brought that up.
I know. She got shot in the stomach, right? Yeah, I can't. But yeah, he's a big hat guy, and so this guy has a big, gigantic hat, and there's a purpose for it. I looked it up on Wikipedia, and I guess he throws the hat around, and his.
What is he? Odd Job from James Bond?
He's very odd jobish, yeah. So he takes out Mando. That's the other thing. There are no stakes in this movie because whatever Grogu and Mando need, they will get to complete their quest. There is never nobody will ever hit them with a rifle shot because nobody can aim in this movie except for fucking Mando. Mando's flamethrower gets him out of every tight corner that he has. He's got a solution for everything. You're never in fear for anybody, even when they whack
I'm looking
Mando
through
a little bit.
Like even why would you call it the Mandalorian Grogu? Like I know they're trying to go for like 1940s serial or something like that, like the serial TV show, but it's just like the Mandalorian was just like, this is an adult, like a more adultish Star Wars show. We're going to be playing it a little bit more like Westernish. This one just like, this week on The Mandalorian and Grogu, what will they see when the bad guy of the week, Evil Nator, comes along?
It was very much like that. It was like a Mission Impossible movie where it was like, okay, we're going to do the same thing we did last time, just new characters, and we'll do it again. And like you said, in comes the voiceover.
Yeah,
This week on The Mandalorian.
This week, scared of what he may discover, the Mandalorian will now need to venture to a new bar on a desert planet. unknowingly known as Tatooine. What will our
Is it-
heroes find?
That's the voiceover from Clone Wars, right? Like I've seen that commercial, and they
it's
always
basically
had
the same.
somebody.
I think it is, but I'm literally just remembering everything I saw when I was watching the
so
Boomerang
good.
as a kid.
That's so good.
Brad Master, actually, I think that guy died who did the voice for this. So R.I.P. to I forget his name. But
Whatever. They'll just make his name up and they'll make the voiceover in AI.
Yeah. Disney just goes, "Oh, you want health insurance? Well, how about you write over your voice to AI so we can replicate it?" Oh,
we did it with James Earl Jones.
We're gonna
He
do
signed
it again.
away.
Yeah, he didn't know. His family was so desperate they were willing to do whatever. We don't care.
I'll tell you, with AI and with what all the musicians are doing right now with their catalogs and just selling it for basically, hundreds of millions of dollars. I forget who the last band was. Maybe it was Red Hot Chili Peppers, I think.
Art
just
is
sold
dead.
their
Yeah,
back
Art
catalog.
is dead. It's over.
Is that, if you're an actor and, if you are Mark Hamill, like you basically just go to Disney and you're like, you just sign, just give me the contract. I'll sign my name.
If you're one of those guys,
and you can take over my
48,
name and likeness.
Yeah,
and just
you're
do
one of
whatever.
those actors who just pissed away all their cash like this that fast in their life. They never saved a dime. Like, dude, just sell your likeness. That's what's going to happen. That's what we're going to see. We're going to know who's bad with their money real quick in Hollywood. That's what's going to happen.
Yeah, whatever. You're people. Someone. Well, I'm Harrison Ford. I'm signing over. I don't want to
Harrison Ford 100% is going to do it. You think he has integrity? No,
zero.
Way, no.
That guy's cashing checks, snapping necks and cashing large checks. That's what Harrison Ford is doing. He'll take any check that comes his way now.
He does not care. It's like, don't you have enough money? So what? Yeah.
That's right. I feel like another bracket that we got to build because after we've already said the current bracket is going to be the unfunny people that are claimed to be funny, and then we had another one which was get out of my life, right? Like I need you less in my life. That was like where we were going to put like The Rock, we need a break. But I feel like we could do one
just a bit,
like,
just that you just don't bother me for a second, please. Love a guy. They're like, nah, I think we could get a little bit more in there.
Yeah, and it might be similar, but I'm thinking about a third bracket where it's like I'll take that check, right? And that would be like a Harrison Ford would be.
Oh, he's up there. Yeah, he's high up there. That's like Nick
Robert
Cage
De Niro.
Nick Cage was deep in debt. Oh, De Niro's another one, massively in debt, not good with his money at all.
Yeah.
Why do you think they're making like an 8th Fockers movie? Yeah, he needs that change.
Facts. So Samuel L. Jackson, another one of those guys.
Dude, yeah.
All right, we'll wrap up here because I've blown out your eardrums here and let you get in probably about like 10 minutes of talk time. I'm sorry. It was like once we started talking about Mando, I couldn't stop myself.
That's what I'm here for, man. No, I need to get the lowdown on this.
Yeah, well, we'll keep an eye on Will as we go here in the in the near future because there'll be stories coming from Will at some point. We just don't know when. Mm-hmm. It's a big mystery.
Don't know when.
All right, but in the meantime, we're punching out. Peace, love, hair grease, all that other shit. See ya.